The Minnesota Vikings have had a number of issues at the center position this season, and it wasn't all Garrett Bradbury. I mean, Garrett Bradbury, when he was in, played extremely well this season, man. Was playing like a top 5 to 7 center in the league, but then he got hurt with a back issue. Austin Schlottmann came in, and then he went down with a broken ankle, and then veteran Chris Reed stepped in at the pivot against the greasy grimy Green Bay Packers, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good. A number of snap issues really held back the Vikings offense. Just the exchange and the understanding of the cadence and the chemistry between Chris Reed and Kirk Cousins. So you had 2 delay of game penalties where Reed simply did not snap the ball. 2 false starts were both charged to Ezra. Was not Ezra's fault at all. The entire offense moved except Chris Reed didn't snap the football. And then also you had the 1 fumble that bounced off of Kirk, and then Dalvin picked up and ran for 11 yards, which frankly was their best running play of the day. Actually, I think it was, besides Kirk's scrambles. Anyways, but you can't really put it all on Chris Reed. I mean, I do understand that it would have been nice, since Chris Reed had been the backup center for 4 weeks, to get him a little bit of experience in with Kirk Cousins. And they were going into Green Bay, hostile territory. They were going to run on a bunch of different cadences and counts, mainly silent counts. So getting used to Kirk, lifting the leg, signaling for the ball, all that stuff. But I mean, Schlottmann was the backup as well. So getting him as many reps as possible in practice, that did make sense. But sort of is what it is. And Chris Reed, even though they pointed out in the telecast that he had never played a regular season snap at center, he had played 266 snaps at center in the preseason, including a handful with the Vikings in the final preseason game this year. So he's not exactly a neophyte, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out, but they are going to keep Chris Reed at center. Schlottmann's out for the season with with that ankle injury that's going to require surgery. Bradbury, who knows, but they are working things out. Gessling, Star Tribune, go. From what I heard this week, I'd expect the target return date for Bradbury to be in the playoffs more than this week. Kirk Cousins said Chris Reed handled things well in the Vikings walkthrough, adding that they'll have time to sort out some of the cadence issues from Sunday. And what the Vikings should have done, simplified the cadence, and it would have made things easier for the Packers pass rush, which was already relatively easy, but just removing some of those issues that Reed had, and respect. I mean, most of them were in the first half, but then they did get them sorted out to a degree. But the Vikings offensive line, they're going to have to rely on Chris Reed, because I'm not 100% sold that Bradbury's back is going to be fine for the playoffs. I mean, it would be nice, because like I said, Bradbury's been playing at an extremely high level, but it does seem like Chris Reed is going to be that guy at center this week, maybe wildcard weekend, although as we pointed out, Greg Match, the veteran free agent that they picked up, does have a lot of experience at center, but then also you're trying to get a guy who doesn't know the offense the way that Chris Reed does, because Chris Reed was in OTAs and training camp and preseason and the regular season with the Vikings. And then also you're trying to get him acclimated to Kirk Cousins' snap count and cadence too. So, I mean, it's the same issue. It is. So I think getting Chris Reed as many snaps as possible, have him play the entire game week 18 against the Bears, just have him get used to Kirk Cousins, even though I don't want Cousins playing the entire game on Sunday, it does make a lot of sense. And hopefully, if they do have to rely on Chris Reed, if Bradbury does not get back from his back, that Reed will be revved up, ready to go. Because, I mean, he's solid. I mean, he is a solid veteran. He wasn't good in the run game against Green Bay, but no one was good in the run game. But he did post the highest pass blocking PFF grade of all the Vikings offensive linemen on Sunday against the Packers. He only allowed 1 pressure, 0 sacks. So he does have talent. He does have skill. Just getting the minor things, like when to snap the ball and getting it out on time. I mean, things that we take for granted, but they're pros, and I'm sure that they'll get things worked out. But your thoughts are thoughts. Kirk Cousins and Chris Reed working through their snap issues. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Let's put the work, put a little something in the Venmo. Until next time, Skull Production Value.